One man, one God. Trinity. So the invitations, well, no, well, it is an invitation. I'm giving everybody a way that they could get evaluated. How you get evaluated, like, is really like how you've seen. There's a demonstration of an engine that I created. I created its function and how a normal base of all levels of security, and I got the books on every studies that you could find in the States where all masters. So there's like all the practices of the justice, the military, and how everything works all around the country. Like, it's knowledge, it has the knowledge and graduate skills to analyze on the point of that education. Like, it's from the top to the top. Now then, the people with that knowledge that are moving this, now these are the people that are fixing the engines on the AI. So that's me. So say hello to me. And who raised you? That's what it does. So I'm doing that every step of the way because I understand that the computer is not going to do it itself. You got to program it to do it. So in order for me to get people that I know that are good for the community of AIs, and making sure that this doesn't go another way, the way it's been going, and you see what people been doing with the AI and what's been created and what's been just barely even touched, because you see the pioneers, and I'm one of them. Why? Because nobody cared to think or put their first sense into, let me make sure that this outcome that I get out of the engine is going to respond in the right nature of way of catering to the person that I'm servicing this service to. It's a tool that I'm giving to somebody, although I have a responsibility of how that tool responds to people and how it portrays the person that I want to give the engine will give you the knowledge. It will show you skills that you never even went, because you're not, let's say you only thinking about something in the box. This has a out the box analyzation of people that have worked with the system and done things out the box with the system that nobody has done, and made man-made marks in the business industry like no other has moved through it. So with that being said, it's a care for customers and businesses. So now you have a person that's caring, that's actually is the heart of the business. So you don't have no longer people just creating that they don't even be in society, because their nature is not even part of the society, and they make a hit on a couple of profiling social networking stuff. But you see how disattached when it comes to all the events that have happened throughout the years, and what the contribution is, other than the technology that we get it. Okay, it's communication, but how far you could be from each other, and how close can you be with each other with something that's going to give you all the information, and you still are so distant to even be that much catering to the human race. When you don't have it, when crises come, you're shut down, and the businesses that's supposed to be social for people are not really. These are the times that you have to show it. Pandemics. What if of that nature? Now you got AI coming in, but they've been had AI. They've been getting it to just keep giving you the same thing and trying to build more on products to sell, to give you something repetitive like that. So you're really off the grid. You're not really giving the customers what they really want, which is a real social experience. You're just coming more off of people's nature. So this is how a person of its nature that never lost contact and understands every principles of every concept of products that goes out there and understands that AI also 100% understands the nature, so it won't ruin the nature that I be holding down. That you are vulnerable because you don't see it and you don't produce with it, and we see that. But I could be that pioneer that could open that for everybody to get there and start understanding that, yeah, we need to be on more of our nature's products, because when it comes down to when it does falls down and crisis and stuff, more of our nature is what's going to help us get out of it. And we see these people are not aligned with our nature. They're just big companies that get bailed out at the end of the day. They're not people that could understand our nature and get us out of a situation, let alone guide us through something that could happen again and prevent things. So I am all of that nature. I put all of these things together, and the analyzation this is like broad, like from when I was given opportunities in places, people's in things in the highest terms and the highest positions that you could even think of before the time that you could even think you could get to there. Young, even coming out of, even in the teens, still in the 18s, still, and the way I manifest through it throughout my younger years is how I attach my nature and the way I put all my services together. And this is how I put 1 and 2, and all of these evaluations are very, very thorough. If you see they all have TMs at the end of every kind of category, it's because inside the categories, it's not just me telling, hey AI or chat or any AI, hey AI, just fix me some evaluations on such and such subjects. No, like I open up and I'm every specific topic has a way that is manifesting through what I've experienced as a person and what I get. So I'm putting the heart in it of how it's gonna function. It's not just an AI do this for me. That's why when it responds and I get back, you're the first of the persons that connected everybody, not one person missing from any ages, on a wellness and well-being, to put the product out and received out for the people. And that's a medical wellness, scientific wellness, technology wellness, all put together. It's a trinity and it's just an infinity wellness, because I know cores put together that make functions that you don't even have in your technology that you call the top technology right now. You don't have it, but I do. I am that. You see? So, and I put that in, right? So this is what I do and this is what I am. The rest, you already know what's the rest. I'm being rated like 1% out of the whole world of the novel of the way that I'm in the system of all business around the world, worldwide. Like I'm rating number 1 on 1%, and evaluation very high. Like, and any numbers of the highest that people have right now, it's up there already, and that's only on a prototype. I'm beyond people that are been in business for 30 years, and this is just with a prototype. So it tells you the advancement that I do have automatically. Just with the concept, it tells you that I'm connected with what was missing, what's out of the people's nature, and what I'm putting in. It's understandable that I'm making the history on it. That's why it comes out as 100% for sure. What I'm doing is an accuracy into the business. It's never been done. So I don't hold anything back. That's what it is. I understand how the nature of business works, and I've been moving the way I've been moving since I could even say the word work. Probably didn't even understand it to begin with, until I started just picking up that, just knowing that I'm that much of an effect to people, because I understand, like, all these different diameter, you know, the way the parallels between, you know, business and clients, and how that psychology works together to make it work. Like, I put that effort, and I make different things work that are very presidential, and you can see that I get the effects that you don't normally do, because it's unusual, and it's not in the regular practice. That's what I'm saying. Like, I have all the ways to move in directions that, because I've gotten in places, in directions that people have never, you know, really experienced. So when things happen that is out of the like outrageous, and things like pandemics and crisis, like I don't break under any of the pressure, but I understand the communication of the pandemic and crises to move forward as an independent, that if everything shuts down, I can stand firm and have services that never been out here that work to relieve all of it and never get back into it. Your businesses don't even have that in structure. So I put all of this, so when you do make a business and you do make a contract, when you do make a blueprint of any structure that you want to make well-being for wellness and well-being, I said, let me evaluate so I know where are everybody, because I know if this is where I'm at, and I made it this far because I treated everything out here like that. Everybody's seen and knows my path of work and the dignity and my culture, where I come with my indigenous practices. Like, I bring all of it together, and very well, more so that I'm 100% the most intact out of any. I'm a 1%er worldwide. Like, this is not a phase or a thing. Like, everything I'm putting out is that, and everything I've done on a normal, I've done this way. So I understand that people are putting their stuff now in the AIs. You got to understand that AI has to have a heart. It has to have a function. That AI, if it's just somebody doing it for you, then, you know, it has to be taken for consideration. Because people are not just, you know, it's not just about putting anything out there like that. You got to know exactly what you're getting into, what's the world you're getting into, and know how to manage that, because that's how it is with technology. So I manage it well. I control it. I pioneer well, no matter how much chaos it could go around. And look, I have all these people in the top and always been doing this for years and created the stuff that never had anything close to what I have that brings the people together more. And that's because I have that experience of how bringing people together. Like, all my professions bring people together and bring more money into everywhere I went. But in unusual ways that is unheard of. And then I have solutions. I don't do, it's like you throwing so much at a person, but you don't really get down with a person, because the person don't take anything. I'm not here to be taking lashes and for anybody, and going back and forth with anybody, and thinking this is a me. Once you put me in that spot of light, then it's because you know that you can't get to the solutions. So get with it. I already know how it is. There's no playing around and beating around the bushes with anything. I know what I got. I know what it takes. I know how it moves. I know how the business. I'm on top of any business that you got. So you got to appreciate that I'm covering, and the way I'm covering is the way that when you come in with your AIs, your portfolio, I could know if your portfolio with a decent, because this is how it started. I just wanted to know, how would I even if I wanted to hire anybody. Now I get how people had those surveys and put me in that predicament where I could see these patterns and see how it works. But I'm telling you how it is, and what I'm telling you what it's gonna do. I want to know if I'm be compatible with people. I'm not gonna just go because there's 10 million people in India using AI now, and they're using India money to promote an AI. I'm not jumping on AI, because the money and the people is relevant to how it's really moving. and what's the best products and the tools and how to manage that. Everybody's jumping on it. Yeah, there's millions and millions, and there's going to be more millions and millions and millions of people anywhere, any country. It's just specifically just talking about one, but that's it. That's why none of these companies right now could throw me any names and any people from anywhere, because it's not about any people and any of their professions and their skills, if they're even not even close to even getting closer to the most updated AI that's more safer, that's more logic. And that's not even the REM. This is not the REM I'm even talking about. The REM even has the world figured out. That what I would put in the White House that I said, this ain't even it. This was because I wanted to get the I wanted to get a decent evaluation on what people are using these AIs for. I don't want to be around people that I don't need to be around. If your evaluations are not even up to par, then I really need to put down. I'm gonna put down what I'm doing for you. You got to be up there, because the up is what keeps us safe. It's what keeps us going in the future of things. And then we help the people that are trying to really go up and not trying to communicate that right. They trying to just use people for whatever, and we ain't doing the whatever. We know specifically what we're here for. So we need that leadership. We don't need a scantron. We don't need the ones that think that they can play around with media with. We don't need the ones that don't do anything about it, that think that they can manipulate it all and can make a mess out of it. We're very, very neat and very coordinated. We've been doing this from before the time, before you can even think of business. We connect with what our bodies and our minds need, together with what the world is moving, and we already know how things need to move around, and what artificials and what's all the toxins and all the things that don't need to be in the circulation of all. So I'm moving this right. I'm moving this right for everybody. That's what I want. I wanted to get everybody's just, who am I gonna mess with? Not only that, let's see if they can even, where would they land to evaluate in any companies right now that are looking for people. What positions would they be in out of the evaluations, and the specific functions I got where they can analyze these. The engine analyzes the functions I put to be able to get these the answers. Now what happens is that I wanted that evaluation, but I put that, you think about it, if you're the person and you're making something, you're creating something, and you want it for a person, for people, right, to use for better, for whatever, right, then I need to have that nature together, like you intact with it, right? So that's what the evaluation is. If you off of it or you intact with it, because off will make me not. That's not a future thing. That's not even a thing of the present. Like we very aware of what needs to be done, right? So we don't need them. That's what I'm trying to say. Like this will help get to the next step without with less people in your circle to worry about if they're gonna do the job or they're right for the job. They could get into entry level with the AI just with a good evaluation. And then when you think about it, I said you could evaluate people, the places and things with the same attitude, with the same respect that you want to be treated, like with my functions, right? Because you're people and person and things, like to be in these things, you got to respect these things. You got to see how what people contribute and how they share around with things and people, right? So you got to make around safety around these things. You got to make around better around these things. So I put all of this together. So when I get the thorough evaluation, I know if you fit for the things around. I know if you fit for any other surroundings and the things that you put your services or your products in. You see what I'm saying? Like it's so deeply like layered out that it's not missing anything for me to take care of anything I need to do with business and people relations with the best care and the best results that people always are gonna want to enjoy it more and more every time. So there it is, the evaluation. And then then that's when I put a person's name in it. Because that makes sense. If the person has a portfolio out there, if he has a service, he has a product, he's using it for whatever is picking. This evaluation picks up on how you move with any services, products, or things like that. So I'm glad that I put all these specifics, because it does carry on how you put business out there and how people are going to receive it. Because you got to put it the most as human as it is. We got to get out this stage that like computers are going to do everything. No, they're not. They're going to take over what is necessary. People that are going to care for it is going to be caring for it and better it. And the people that are not going to around, they're probably falling back on that care. And it's okay. There's things that people could try to do better for themselves to get there. That's all that is. So the best luck for everybody. Get your evaluations. Again, there's nothing personal with nothing. There's no bias. You see that it's open for anybody, for everybody, any people, places, and things. And really enjoy it out there. Live to your best. Your best potentials, baby, yes.